Hey folks, my name is Chris at HouseIt, based here in Miami, Florida. Today we're going to talk about an interesting topic. A lot of our sellers who are using the agent-assisted FSBO do-it-yourself listing plan have questions on, and that is, can I offer 0% commission in the MLS? Well, let's talk about this. And the question will be easily as applicable as for sellers who want to offer lower commission and not necessarily zero. We've heard requests for, hey, can I offer less than 2%? Can I offer, 1%? Can I offer $500 or, zero in the MLS through our service? And the answer is no. First of all, you cannot offer zero or nothing in the MLS because most MLS rules prohibit that. I mean, most MLS associations require you by default to offer some amount of compensation to cooperating brokers, basically buyers, brokers. Well, if you don't offer anything, there's no point of listing your property in the MLS in the first place, because to take a step back, the whole point of having an MLS or using the MLS is to contractually offer commission to buyer's agents so they won't be afraid to show their clients your listing, because when they show your listing, they don't need to sign a separate commission contract with you. They automatically know they will get paid because every MLS member is contractually bound when they join the MLS to co-broke what they say they will co-broke, meaning split, actually pay the commission they offer in the MLS to cooperating brokers. So it's automatically contractual. That's why it's so effective. It works. So yes, if you use the MLS, if you list your property in the MLS, either you're an agent yourself or you list it through a broker, for example, through our service, our HouseIt Agent Assisted FSBO service. You need to comply with MLS rules and offer some form of commission to buyer's agents. Now, what that is can vary based on the specific MLS. For example, some MLSs, the one key MLS, at least in prior days, doesn't specify an exact amount, but it needs to be some amount of commission to buyer's agents. The REBNY RLS in New York City, specifies that the commission that you offer, first of all, has to be something. It has to be at least 50% or greater in favor of the buyer's agent. So if it's 6%, it needs to be at least 3% to the buyer's agents. You can't favor yourself as the listing agent more. So again, it varies based on the MLS, but generally speaking, no, you cannot just put zero, and hopefully it makes sense why. If you wanted to put zero, then why would you bother doing a flat fee MLS or agent-assisted FSBO in the first place? You would just put a yard sale sign out equivalent and say, I'm selling it, by myself, for sale by owner, the traditional method. There's no need to go through the MLS in the first place. And in other videos, we'll talk about why that is incredibly ineffective and why you need full exposure by going through an agent-assisted FSBO, by getting it on the MLS so all buyer's agents can show it to their clients and such. And then, the secondary question to this is, what if it's offering not necessarily zero, but you want to offer something below market rate, like you want to offer 1% when the standard for the area is 3% or 2.5% or more? Well, we don't recommend that either because, say that standard, for example, in Manhattan, even here in South Florida, 2.5%, 3% is fairly common. You want to offer less, you want to offer 1%. Well, it kind of goes along the same logic. I mean, why would you bother doing that? Because if if you're listing your property on the MLS to get the attention of buyer's agents and you offer something that's substantially less, they can see it in the MLS and they're going to generally avoid that listing because they can get paid 2-3 times more, 3%, for example, on any other listing. Why would they show their client something that's only offering 1%? It's like shooting themselves in the foot. They see the commission. It's fairly obvious. These are, economical actors working on commission. So it does matter to people, which is why we always say you should actually offer something market route. If you're going this route, offer 2.5%, 3% if that's the market norm, so you can see at least all of the action. And if there's a difference between two offers you have, one's represented, one's not, you can always counter higher to the represented one if it makes that much of a difference to you to make up for the commission that you'll have to pay. And lastly, keep in mind if you're offering something non-market rate, 1%, or even in New York City, we've had agents from very large firms dare to, in writing, tell us when we've seen it before, done it before, hey, my firm does not allow us to show properties in this price range for only 2%. So, in the past, we have gotten complaints before for example, in the New York City market, for less than 2.5%. So like for 2%, you might get complaints, which is why we really recommend for sellers to offer something market rate. That's typically 2.5% or 3%. And this is not something that we dictate. It can vary based on the market norms. For example, in Eastern Queens or Southern Brooklyn, the norms can vary. It could be 2% might be acceptable. So we do recommend you offer something that is in line with market norms, so you don't shoot yourself in the foot, because you will regret it later. If you offer something that's kind of viewed as a joke early on, that's below, say you offer 2% and you have people complaining, not showing it, and later on you realize you really want the cooperation of all the buyer's agents, and you raise it to 2.5%, well, guess what? The listing's already been out there for a while. There's not an easy way to alert people that you've changed the commission. And you have to keep track of like who saw it before and not, and it's just it kills a lot of your momentum, especially since most of the sort of the viewings and showing requests come early on in the process. So we recommend doing it right from the start. Offer something market rate. If you just simply don't want to work with buyer's agents, again, which is a very non-strategic move, and we'll explain why that doesn't work, then you shouldn't bother with trying to get it in the MLS in the first place. Anyway, my name is Chris at HouseIt, one of the co-founders here. I hope you found this helpful. Please leave a comment below if you have any questions. We'll get back to you. And of course, if you're looking to save on commission, we can help you save about 6% with an agent-assisted FSBO listing. Or if you want something more hands-on, we have a full service for 1% listing option where one of our agents takes care of everything for you from beginning to finish. And if you're looking to buy something, our agents can help you save 2% or more by giving you 2/3 of the buyer agent commission at closing. And that can be quite substantial, because oftentimes developers will offer more than the typical 3% to buyer's agents. They might offer 5, 6, 7% as an incentive to buyer's agents. And 2/3 of that can cover your closing costs and more. We cover all of New York City, Long Island, and the Hudson Valley. We're based here in Miami these days. We cover Miami-Dade County, Broward, Palm Beach, St. Lucie, and Martin counties. My name is Chris, and I'll see you on the next one.